Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Kelly Volk.
And I'm Don Jorgensen. Well, crews across Kettleland are getting ready for another busy week of clearing the roads of snow and ice.
Yeah, right now in Rapid City, officials are cleaning snow equipment and treating the streets with salt and brine mixture. They're expecting to work long hours throughout the day and night to make sure the roads are safe.
With the snowstorm going to last as long as it's going to last, we may have to plow the streets repeatedly.
Authorities across the state are reminding people to stay home if the roads are not safe. If you have to drive somewhere, slow down and give yourself plenty of time to get to your destination.
Sanford Health is going to be closing all Sioux Falls clinics at noon tomorrow due to the winter storm. This also includes clinics in Brandon, Harrisburg, Hartford, and Lenox. Sanford plans to reopen the clinics for normal business hours on Friday. Doctors will be available for virtual care visits for acute care appointments. All right, for the latest track on this storm, let's send it over to meteorologist Adam Wright.
Well, we have round one that's continuing to move on through the area as we speak. We've seen scattered snow showers on both sides of the river, but we have the big story, the big main event still coming up into Wednesday and Thursday. But we have seen a little bit of snow out there. Sioux Falls is a prime example of that. We're at a little over an inch so far here in Sioux Falls. 21 with the view of Falls Park with an east wind at 14 miles per hour. That wind is going to continue to pick up as we head through the rest of your day and into the night. Snow also falling in Watertown as we head up to Condington County. 6 up there with a northeast wind at 16 miles per hour. 11 your number in Mulbridge as well as Brookings. 14 in Pierre. 20 Rapid City. Rapid City a little bit earlier this afternoon was in the upper 30s to low 40s, but that temperature is crashing down with north by northeasterly flow starting to bring in a lot of that cold air. Still holding on to above freezing temperatures. Winter Valentine as well as Pine Ridge 40, 39, and 40 respectively. But that wind is going to make its presence known in a pretty big way. East winds now around 15 to 25 miles per hour to the east. Even stronger winds up to the north and west with gusts around 30 to 35 miles per hour for now. But we are expecting stronger wind gusts as we head into your day on Wednesday and even Thursday for that matter. So here's satellite and radar. You can see where the rain snow line is. That pink area that's mixing. Now you can see south of I-90 toward Bennett County, Oglala, Lakota, and Fall River counties still above freezing, but everybody else experiencing mainly snow. And like I said, there is plenty more where that came from. So winter weather advisories in blue. This is until noon tomorrow. These will stay in place for at least a little while longer for a couple of inches of snowfall. But then we have a lot to unpack in terms of updates for winter storm and blizzard warnings. We'll go into more detail on this and more detail as to what to expect through Thursday and beyond coming up in your extended forecast.
Are you ready, Kelly?
This already feels like a long week.
It's going to be a long week.
It's only Tuesday.
I gassed up the truck today, and I also gassed up the snowblower. So.
And I went to the grocery store yesterday.
All right, I'll be over tonight.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. Well, speaking of grocery stores, they're packed with people trying to stock up on food and supplies ahead of the winter storm.
Kirsten Mitchell with our CBS affiliate in the Twin Cities talks with people preparing to hunker down.
Do you like the snow?
Yep.
The snow on the way made for a busy day at Center's Liquor and Supermarket. As people stock up,
I want to stay inside. I'm trying to get everything to stay inside.
To hunker down.
We watch Wakanda a lot. Different movies. We like to snuggle, popcorn, snacks.
I did think maybe I should get some extra wine or, I don't know, some black beans. Just in case, it might be 3 or 4 days.
We also need people to do pre-planning so that they are prepared to be able to stay in place for maybe a couple of days, even through the weekend is a possibility here.
Make sure you have enough medication. In case the power goes out, have an alternative heat source, batteries, flashlights, and a weather radio.
I was getting kind of low, so I was like, better fill up.
Jeff Watson had the right idea, filling up his gas tank ahead of the storm.
Rather be safe than not be able to show up because he got in an accident.
In your car, have jumper cables, a shovel, cell phone charger, and plenty of extra warm clothing.
I'm filling up the car. I got groceries being delivered, and my husband's getting gas for the snowblower.
Jenny Bowers, a teacher in Minneapolis, hoping for a snow day.
I just want to see what happens, and we'll be prepared. I can stay home and watch lots of Netflix.
That sounds nice, staying home and watching Netflix.
Or watch the news and stay on top of the weather, changing weather conditions. Yeah.
Well, that was Kirsten Mitchell reporting from the Twin Cities. We already have several schools that are closed for tomorrow, as well as a few churches that are postponing Ash Wednesday. Cities across KELOLAND are also starting to issue snow alerts.
Now remember to download the KELOLAND Storm Tracker app to your smart devices to stay on top of the winter storm. And you can watch the radar there and also receive storm alerts. And if you happen to take any pictures of the snow in your area, we'd love to see them. Just email your photos and videos to youshare@keloland.com or message us on Facebook.
Despite Governor Kristi Noem using the full power of her office to lobby in favor of a sales tax cut on groceries, a panel of House lawmakers killed the bill by an 8-1 vote. Noem, as well as her Lieutenant Governor Larry Roden, spoke this morning in front of the committee. The governor said she spent her entire career in public office focused on tax policy. She said she supports the tax cut on groceries because it doesn't pick winners or losers.
We should give them the freedom to use personal responsibility to keep more dollars in their pocket every week and decide how they want to spend it to benefit their families.
We can sustain any of these 3 tax cuts today because of the strength of our economy, and that's why we're able to have that debate. And so we have to make a tough vote here.
Representative Van Huysen was among the votes to kill the bill. During her re-election campaign, Noem said she would fight to repeal the grocery tax. We'll have much more about the vote and the governor's testimony on KELOLAND News at 6.
Donald Trump announced his campaign leadership team in Iowa on Monday. The former president has spent recent weeks in other early presidential primary states like New Hampshire and South Carolina. This comes about a week after former Vice President Mike Pence stopped in Iowa and Minnesota. The 2024 presidential candidate Nikki Haley campaigned in Urbandale, Iowa last night. It was her first appearance in the state since she launched her campaign for president. Haley addressed several issues before more than 200 people. She was former President Trump's ambassador to the United Nations, but she says she's ready to take him on.
The one thing I need you to commit to is we need to send a badass Republican woman to the White House.
Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds sat behind Haley for the event. Reynolds says that she intends to stay neutral in the Republican presidential race. Democratic President Joe Biden has not yet officially announced his re-election plans.